The following game is being played with History Maker Baseball Express, a product of Play Games LLC, copyright 2022, all rights reserved. If you would like to order a copy of History Maker Baseball Express, or if you would like to check out the other products offered from Play Games, please click on the link provided in the description box below.
Well. We have got a series now, folks, as we get set here for game 4 in series 8 of this 1927 Yankees Gauntlet Challenge. As we got a rematch from game 1 in our pitching matchup, as Waite Hoyt will go for the 1927 Yankees, and opposing him for the 1961 Cleveland Indians is Win Hawkins. The situation remains the same. If the 1961 Indians lose, this series is over. But if the 1961 Indians win yet another game in this series, it's back to Municipal Stadium in Cleveland for Game 5 for yet another winner take all Game 5. The lineups have been exchanged at home plate. And Vic Power is ready. And let's do it. From the Bronx, here at Yankee Stadium, New York. 256. Is Hoyt a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Vic Power a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That's going to be a men on base result, -1 for the black die if flash. Unfortunately for Waite Hoyt, he is not a flash pitcher, so that is going to prompt the runners to be put at second and third. And for Power, he is going to get, I believe, 2 hits. And let me double check. No. So yeah, the decider die was not used. So Vic Power is going to collect 2 hits for his first 2 plate appearances. And the way that I do that is by rolling any of the dice. So I'm going to choose to roll this red die right here. With a 1 or a 6 is a home run. 2 or a 5 is a single. 3 is a triple. And 4 is a double. And we have a single with a 2. And we have a home run. And it's considered a solo home run as the bases are empty. And we pretend that he got that home run as he was coming up to the plate for the first time. So that being said, we head to the men on base chart for the next batter in the 61 Indians lineup. Willie Kirkland, and I read the black and blue dice as such of a 24, and it reads Goldfielder makes the out. Joe Duggan is not a Goldfielder, so that's going to be an error and an RBI. And the 1961 Cleveland Indians are up 2-0 over the 1927 Yankees. We will also rotate Joe Duggan's card that he was used for the error check. Go to the men on base chart for Valmy Thomas, a newcomer into the series. 25. Iron fielder commits the error. Unfortunately, Pat Collins is not an iron fielder, so that is going to be a ground out, and that's going to hold the bleeding right then and there. So the 1961 Cleveland Indians are put up a crooked number on the scoreboard here at Yankee Stadium 1 here for Game 4. We head to the bottom half of the first with the score of 1961 Indians 2 and the 1927 Yankees nothing as they take their first turns against Win Hawkins, hoping to send this series back to Cleveland for Game 5. 115. Is Hawkins a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Combs a utility batter? He is not. So that's going to be a min on base result. -1 for Black Die of Flash. No pitching qualities for Mr. Hawkins. So that is going to be a min on base 1 roll with a catcher's interference result off of my optional min on base homebrew narrative chart. And we now roll for the actual men on base chart that comes with the game for Mark Kunin. 36. Active batter gets a runner's advance, 2 bases single, and a stolen base. However, Mark Kunin is not an active batter, and I'm assuming that is referring to his running quality. So he is not, and that's going to be a contact result of 6, and that is going to be a ground out as they still get the double play to get out of the inning. So your score after 1 is the 1961 Indians 2 and the 1927 Yankees nothing. Here's Woody Hell to lead off the second inning here at Yankee Stadium. 1-2-2. Is Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Hell the champion batter? He is not. That's going to be a no runs result of 2 blank to end the second inning here for the 1961 Cleveland Indians as they hang on to a score of 2-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second. And you got the Bambino, Babe Ruth, to lead things off against the pitcher, Win Hawkins. 1-3-4. Is Hawkins an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Babe Ruth a champion batter? He is a champion, he is a semi-champion. The decider die says he is a champion. So that's going to be a min on base result with a base running adjustment symbol and no adjustment needed as Babe gets on base via a drop third strike result. So the way that works is as follows. We refer to again Mr. Valmy Thomas, and he has semi-gold. So we're going to roll the decider die again, since it was used for the champion check, to determine if Valmy Thomas has gold. If he does, we will read the gold result. If he doesn't, we'll read the neutral result. And he doesn't. So we're going to roll the decider die again. So the catcher was able to corral the loose ball. However, with a dot, he throws it. The throw is late. The batter is safe at first via strikeout pass ball, or the throw sails over the first baseman's head. The second baseman corrals the ball and keeps the runner at first. It'll be a strikeout and a throwing error by the catcher on a blank. And it'll be throw is late. Catcher does not get the error. So that'll put the runner on first base. That'll put Babe Ruth on at first base via a strikeout. So we will give Win Hawkins the active pitcher in this case. Win Hawkins does get the strikeout as Babe Ruth gets on base with a strikeout on a pass ball by the catcher. Here's Lou Gehrig to roll on the men on base chart. 25. Iron fielder commits the error. Unfortunately, Bubba Phillips is not an iron fielder, so that's going to be a ground out. And again, the 1961 Indians will really want to force game 5 here back at the stadium, back in Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. Oh me, oh my. So we head to the third inning with the score 1961 Indians 2 and the 1927 Yankees nothing. And Ken Aspromonte will be the newcomer here, another newcomer to the Indians lineup. And let's see what he gets. Baseball. Garrett, here we are. 115. Is Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Aspromonte a utility batter? He is a semi-utility. The Decider Dice says he is not a utility. So that's going to be a men on base result. -1 for Black Die of Flash. Hoyt does not have Flash, so that is going to put him on at first base. As I forgot to switch to the top half of the third on the progress bar. There we go. Of a 1 and a 1 will be a catcher's interference, and somehow, some way, the 1961 Cleveland Indians are starting to make some noise after being down 2-0 in this series. Salvaged game 3 to make this a series again. And Jim Pearsall will be the batter off of the men on base chart. 13. Fresh relief gets the strikeout. Or excuse me, fresh pitcher or relief pitcher gets the strikeout. Or excuse me, the pop out. I'm sorry. Hoyt is fresh, so he does get the pop out, and that will keep the score right where it's at. As we head to the bottom half of the third, with the score 1961 Indians 2 and the 1927 Yankees nothing. Cedric Durst will lead off the bottom half of the third with a 2.56. Is Hawkins a workman pitcher? No, he is not. Is Cedric Durst a sad sack batter? No, he is not. That's going to be a men on base result. -1 for Black Die if Flash. When Hawkins does not have Flash, and unfortunately, he loads those bases up. And it looks like the decider die was not used. Yes, it was not used. So it'll be multiple runners on base, and we will go to a red die of 2. It will be a walk in the first appearance and back-to-back singles in the next 2 appearances for Cedric Durst. So Tony Lazzeri now has the opportunity to blow this game wide open here in game 4. But before he takes his appearance, the catcher goes out to the mound to talk to Win Hawkins. And we want to remind each and every one of you that if you are new to the channel or if you just stumbled upon this video in the YouTube algorithm, I am happy that you stopped by to check out my content. If you like what you see, feel free to subscribe to the channel for future content. And a like and a comment would be appreciated. So Tony Lazzeri will be the next batter versus Win Hawkins with the bases loaded off of the minimum base chart. 55. Batting team dissonant or pitching team harmony. And it seems the batting team is dissonant, courtesy of them being stormy. So it looks like it'll be a flyout to end the third inning. And Win Hawkins is through 3 innings of shutout baseball with the score of 2-0. We head to the fourth inning by that same score, and Tito Francona will lead things off here in the top half of the fourth. 3-4-5. Is Hoyt a star pitcher? No, he is not. Is Tito a sad sack batter? No, he is not. So that is going to be a men on base result. -1 for Black Die of flash control. Wade Hoyt does have control. So that Black Die 4 is going to be reduced to a Black Die 3. And it's player's choice of putting the runner either on first and second or the runner on third. Since it's early, or we're in the middle stanza of this game, we are going to go ahead and put the runners on first and second, and it'll be back-to-back walks for Tito in his first 2 plate appearances of the game. Here's Vic Power to lead off the top half of the fourth on the men on base chart for the 1961 Cleveland Indians. And I read the black and blue dice as such of a 23. Eager grounds out. Vic Power is semi-eager. The decider die says he is eager. So that is going to end up being he's going to end up getting a ground out to end the fourth inning altogether for the Cleveland Indians as they take the field here in the bottom half of the fourth with the score 2-0, still in favor of the 1961 Indians. Joe Duggan will lead things off here for the 1927 Yanks. 2-3-3. Is Hawkins an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Duggan a champion batter? No, he is not. That's going to be a no runs result of 3. And when Hawkins is through 4 innings of shutout baseball, oh me, oh my. Oh my, me, oh my. That is going to be this is going to be huge as this is now become a series, folks. We head to the 5th inning, and Willie Kirkland will be the next batter up at the dish. 1-2-3. Is Hoyt a workman or struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Kirkland a champion batter? He is not. And that's going to be a no runs result of 2. And that is going to end the top half of the 5th inning here at Yankee Stadium number 1. Your score remains 2-0 in favor of the 1961 Cleveland Indians. Sorry, I dropped my dice, and it wouldn't be a video without me dropping one. Here's Pat Collins. 1-2-6. Is Hawkins a struggler or gilded pitcher? No, he is not. Is Pat Collins a hero batter? He is not. That is going to be a no-runs result with a possibility for a solo home run. Oh, and unfortunately, if the blue and black die were only to swap, he would have gotten the home run to get the 1927 Yankees on the board. But unfortunately, it will be a no-runs result of 1 to end the 5th inning. Oh, man. And when Hawkins is through 5 innings of shutout baseball, the 1927 Yankees cannot find a groove here. Man, oh man. We head to the 6th inning, and Valmy Thomas will be the next batter up for the Cleveland Indians. 1-5-5. Is Hoyt an ace pitcher? No, he is. He is a semi-ace pitcher. The decider die says he is an ace, so that is going to end up being a no-runs result of 5. to end the 6th inning altogether. And that is going to put huge momentum back into the corner, hopefully into the corner of the 1927 Yankees with that huge out. But the 1961 Indians still lead this game 2-0 as we head to the bottom half of the 6th. And Earl Combs will lead things off. 2-4-4. Is Hawkins an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Earl Combs a utility batter? No, he is not. So that is going to be a men on base result, -1 for Black Die of Control. Nothing coming up for Win Hawkins, as the runners will be put on first and third, runners at the corners, and the decider die was not used. So let me double check. Ace, no. Utility, no. So yes, it was not used. So Earl Combs is going to pick up 2 hits here for his first 2 plate appearances of the game. A 4 is a double, and another 4 is 2 doubles in the game. So double hitting machine here for Earl Combs, as his team really needs to get things going here in game 4 to not be able to force game 5. Not being able to have the Cleveland Indians force game 5. And Mark Koenig will be the next batter up at the dish. 35. Control pitcher gets the ground out. Unfortunately, Win Hawkins is not a control pitcher. The bases are loaded for guess who? The Bambino, Babe Ruth. And before he does take his turn, let's see if the Cleveland Indians pen is getting active and loose. They are not. They're putting faith in Win Hawkins to get through this inning. 12. Slugger hits home run. Babe Ruth is a slugger. That one is hit high, hit far, and this one is not coming back, folks. It is gone. A grand slam home run for Babe Ruth will put the 1927 Yankees on the board in grand fashion. And Win Hawkins just surrendered the lead. And as Babe Ruth kissed that baseball goodbye, and there goes the shutout for Win Hawkins. And we roll again on the men on base chart for Lou Gehrig. 46. Same reliever gets the strikeout. Win Hawkins is a right-handed pitcher. Lou Gehrig is a left-handed batter. Unfortunately, it's not a righty-righty matchup. So it's going to be a contact result of 3. And it reads, is Gehrig a sad sack or utility batter? He is not. So that is going to be an RBI. And let's determine the outcome for that RBI from Lou Gehrig. It'll be an error. And that's going to come from the infield by the first baseman. E3 and an RBI. And the 1927 Yankees down 2-0 here in this game heads to the 7th inning with the lead with a score of 5-2. And let's check first to see if that pen is active for the 1927 Yankees. They are. And they are. Is Wadey Hoyt going to stay in this game? Yes, he is. So the pen is active, and Wadey Hoyt will stay in this game. As he will face off against, Wade Hoyt, I should say, will stay in this game. Will face off against Woody Held with the lead. 245. Is Hoyt a struggler pitcher? No, he is not. Is Held a sad sack batter? He is not. So that is going to be a men on base result. -1 for black die if flash or control. Wade Hoyt does have control. So that is going to be a men on base 2 result. And Held is going to get a 2 and a 4. That's going to be a walk and a stolen base for Mr. Held. And here is Bubba Phillips to hit off of the men on base chart. Reading the black and blue dice as such. 26. Home run king hits home run. Unfortunately for Bubba, he is not a home run king. That is going to be a contact result of 3. Is Bubba a sad sack or utility batter? He is not. He's still going to get the RBI, though. And that's going to put the Indians crossing home another run. And let's figure out what that outcome is as we head to the stretch here at the stadium with the score 5-3 with a dot. So that is, and again, we will read the any dice. So I'm going to choose the black die, which will be an RBI single for Bubba Phillips. And we head to the stretch here at Yankee Stadium #1 with your score of 1927 Yankees 5 and the 1961 Cleveland Indians 1. 1961 Indians 3. While the festivities for the 7th inning stretch continue, let's see if that pen is active for the Cleveland Indians this time. They are not. So they are going to be putting faith in Win Hawkins here to get through the 7th inning. And this may be his last inning of work. 233 is Win an ace pitcher? No, he is not. Is Cedric Durst a champion batter? He is not. That's going to be a no runs result of 3 . And I forgot to switch the progress bar to the bottom half of the 7th. Again, Win Hawkins is not an ace. Cedric Durst is not a champ. So therefore, it's a no runs result of 3 . To end the the bottom half of the 7th inning. And it looks like the 1927 Yankees manager is thinking about pulling the trigger on Wadey Hoyt, but let's determine by the decider die if that is the case. It is not. So he's going to stick with Wadey Hoyt for one more inning to possible set up a save for the closer. We'll see more as he starts to warm up down in the bullpen, wherever the bullpens are at Old Yankee Stadium. 135. Is Hoyt an ace pitcher? He is a semi-ace. The decider die says he is, and therefore it's going to be a no runs result of 5 blank to end the 8th. And the fans here at Yankee Stadium stand up and cheer for their starting pitcher as the manager of the 1927 Yanks shakes Wade Hoyt's hand on a job well done. You battle back to give us a chance to get back into the game here. And let's see if the 1961 Cleveland Indians will go to the pen. And they will not. So Win Hawkins is going to go one more inning here against Tony Lazzeri, but that pen is still active just in case if anything happens. 456. Is Win Hawkins not fresh? And again, he is fresh, courtesy of the dot. So it's going to be a batter check of a champion batter for Tony Lazzeri. He is a semi-champion. The decider die was used, so we'll roll it again. And he is still a champion. So therefore, it's going to be a men on base result with a base running adjustment of off of the black die, and Tony Lazzeri is semi-active. The opportunity knocks to have the runners be on second and third, and they will not. So it'll be runners at the corners still with a 4 and a 5, and we'll need to re-roll the decider die for the outcome. It'll be multiple runners on base. Whoops. It'll be multiple runners on base, as it will be a red die 6. For first and third, it'll be an error and a stolen base in one appearance, a walk in the second, and a runner's advance 2 bases single, and an RBI for Tony Lazzeri. Still within the save situation range, or we'll see more, depending on if Joe Duggan can get an out here. The black and blue dice is such of a 55, and I do apologize for the glare, but it is a 55. Excuse me. Is the batting team dissonant or pitching team harmony? The batting team is dissonant, so therefore it's going to be a flyout to end the top half of the 8th here at Yankee Stadium #1, with the score going into the 9th inning of 6-3 in favor of the 1927 Yankees. And it looks like the Yankees are going to go to their pen, and while they do so, we will take a timeout. It looks like Wilcie Moore will be the new pitcher coming out of the bullpen for the 1927 Yanks, as this is a save situation here in the top half of the 9th. And Jim Pearsall is the 1961 Indians' last hope here in this game and in this series. 2-2-4. Is Wilcie Moore an ace pitcher? He is an ace. That'll be a no runs result of 2 dots. And ladies and gentlemen, the 1927 Yanks continue their series winning streak, as they have now go to a record of 6-2 here in this 2024 edition of the 1927 Yankees Gauntlet Challenge, as they win Game 4 of this series by a final of 6-3, taking down the 1961 Cleveland Indians. Despite they salvaged a game, they salvaged Game 3 of this series. As in looking though as that this series was over, oh man, the Indians they should have said to each other, man, we should have lost Game 3, but who cares? Anyway, that's going to do it here from Yankee Stadium. And again, if you like the content that you see on video for this video and the other videos on my channel, a subscription, please feel free to subscribe to the channel for future content. And again, once again, your final score here in Game 4, the 1927 Yankees win series #8 to go up 6-2 in this Gauntlet Challenge, as they defeat the 1961 Cleveland Indians by a final score of 6-3.